tell you right now, this is the fastest I've ever fucking done layouts.
Okay. All right. All right. Hold on. Let me turn my notifications off. I'm ready. I'm ready. Let's do it.
Let's see here, let's see here. Do we here we go. Do we do it from the top?
Yeah, we can do it. We can go back from the beginning.
All right, cool beans, cool beans.
You recording, right?
Yeah, we're recording.
Yeah,
All right.
yeah, yeah.
Okay, so also yesterday, I'm gonna show you again today because I'm gonna ink it on stream.
hmm
Um, I did the mod again. Um,
I saw you. I saw you did the. Yeah, I saw you said it, but I was waiting for the image to pop up. I didn't see the image.
the pencils are really thin. I'm about to bring it to life with the inking, which is
Okay.
I'll show you the pencils today. Um, Dude, I'm super. I'm so glad issue 14 is already drawn in ink because I am charged about this. Like, whew, like you don't even know the excitement I'm facing right now. Wait a minute.
Man, I'm hyped, man. Like, bruh, you know, man, I'm ready. I'm ready.
Okay, where's the drop at? Okay. Did you you know the MomoCon applications dropped, right?
Oh, really?
Yeah, but like it's only a short window. It's only from like the 9th until November 15th.
Oh my goodness. You said
Uh,
Momo guy? Hold on. Oh,
yeah, I hear nothing but good things about this show, so I just felt
that's
that my
is that
okay,
that's Georgia, right?
hmm I believe
Yeah.
so. Comic
Try to
books.
get in on that one.
Yeah, but yeah, that's what I hear. It's a hard show to get into. Where's Hotshot? Okay, we got covers.
Dang, yeah, November 5th to 19th. That's man, we gotta get in here this week.
Yeah, and then I'm also this weekend. I'm also going to apply for programming to do some panels and moderation. So maybe I'll get some stuff in there. Uh,
Yeah.
all right, download it. Okay, let me reload this. Oh, this is so great. This is so great. I definitely love collaboration. That is open that. Yeah,
425.
yeah, but that, like I said, I hear this is a great show.
But
This
man,
show is Dragon Con,
I
Dream.
listen, I understand for MomoCon or Dragon Con or DreamCon, there's shows around here that's charging 425. And I knew good and well. I was like, that's too expensive. Yeah, it ain't worth it. So I'm glad I did not spend that money when I can get into the MomoCon for the same price.
Right. Hold on. Oh, shoot, email over. See here. I'm setting it up right now. I got the yeah. So hold up. If y'all are joining us, I know you're like, why are they just casually talking?
Oh,
Look, so this is Danny J. Quick. Uh, we are doing a crossover for eighth grade, and this is like our second or third meeting. And as we talked yesterday, we're like, we should just record this stuff and then like post it as updates, like give everybody a true inside look of what it's going to take to put this book together from start to finish. So that's what you're seeing. That's what we're setting up. Like it's messy and it's it's
hey, I had already forgot that we were recording. I had already forgot. So,
I know because I'm doing like multiple things at once. And I'm like, okay, here we go. Because you gave me your email because I'm also setting up
the Kickstarter page. Yeah.
that title is restricted. I'm like, what? Uh,
I don't know why they do that. I've seen that happen on there a couple times too.
all right, so I can edit it. So you're the first collaborator. So we're making a Kickstarter page at the same time. So by the time you guys see this video, we will have a QR code for you to scan to go directly to the Kickstarter page to follow this page. Like you're getting the whole process here. Like the only thing that you won't get to see is the script process because we were just late to thinking about like, hey, let's document this whole thing. But
I might go back through that too. I might go back and make a video on that too. So we'll see.
I mean, we can. I mean, we're giving everybody everything. So, like I said, by the time you see this, we're sponsored by Clip Studio, so you should always get that. But then we will replace that with the QR code that'll be popping up here and here. I don't know where I'm going to put it, but it's going to be somewhere on here. You scan that takes you to the Follow Me page, so you can follow the Kickstarter for when it launched. And like this is about to be a really, really big deal, y'all. Like this is Aceblade crossing over with Hotshot. This ain't a one shot. This ain't an Elseworld story. This is happening in both of our universes. All right, like it's Hotshot 15 and Aceblade 15.
Hey, that's dope too. That's dope too. And that gives me extra motivation to get there. Like, I'm always trying to catch up to you. I'm always trying to catch up to you. So it gives me extra motivation to get to 15. But time, I think we'll be on 11 or 12 by the time you get to 15. So, hey, I gotta get it, bro. I gotta get there.
Absolutely.
All right, this is book one, right?
This is book one. All right, let me turn on my spinning wheel. All right, so we are at book one. So first off, the book starts off at 24 pages. That's what AJ Quick wrote. We have gone back and forth on the script, communicating, exchanging, trading ideas.
I was trying to give my man an easier time drawing, but he said, "Hey, let's throw 5 more pages in there. Why not?"
Just to add for the flow. But but we in there. But so our editors haven't looked at this yet, so you guys are going to get to see the editing process too. I just set up a meeting for Kyron and Danny Cooper to go over edits for us for both the books on Monday. We may not get through all of it, but this is at a point where we can start. So all right, so so this is page 1. All right, so all right, so there is an image of EHD that I always use for when we get to an EHD base.
What is the EHD form? Break them down. What is the EHD?
EHD is the extra human division in Freestyle in the Hotshot universe. They manage and control and set the rules and standards for humans who have extra abilities, which are superpowers. So EHD is the facility where we're starting at with part of Heroes International. In the next panel here,
Hotshot. So basically, Hotshot got a whole organization. Y'all gonna see through this process. There's a juxtaposition between Hotshot and Aceblade, and this is one of them. Hotshot got a whole team of people at this point. He's not the only hero in the world anymore, but he started off as one of the most powerful superheroes because of something that happened in the Zero event. If y'all don't, where's the Zero event, Mike? Where's Zero event?
Zero event number 1 is out. 2 is in process right now, and I believe Victor just finished the script for 3. We're trying to do what we're doing with our book is do 2 and 3 at the same time, so people.
Okay. All right. Cool. So yeah,
I'm getting mad on stream for another book.
Nah, bro, because I've been looking for this. No, I'm not just a creator. I'm a fan, bro. So yes, page 1, the EHD base, and so we pick up with Hotshot first, right?
Yeah. So Hotshot's back here in the background. That little sketch is him. Ironsmith and Remington, if you've been reading the Hotshot books, they are right there, and they are focused on this little emerald in this containment that Ironsmith has floating above her arm. Hotshot's in the back reading a manga. Then in panel 3, we switch the camera from Hotshot's perspective, where we see an image of the manga that he's reading. I'm not saying that it's Dragon Ball Z, but
I can see the hair already.
In his peripheral, he sees Ironsmith and Remington walking out. And so he gets up like, hey, what are they doing? They got something cool in their hands. And then we have Remington's assistant
it's glowing, right? So like that's what grabs his attention. Is that the intent? Is that this little glowing thing comes in his? Yeah.
Perfect. So also, what I actually did get to work with Danny Cooper a little bit on a section that I had to rework, which you're about to find out about today.
Here we go. All right.
And but also somehow Hotshot can feel it too.
Oh.
But
Oh.
we
Okay.
don't know that yet. So he gets up. Khadijah, Remington's assistant, is also walking down the hallway, and now the group has gathered in panel 5. We have Ironsmith's arm here, holding the emerald that's in here. And we got Titan back here in the background. We got Remington right here looking in. And we got Khadijah standing here, and then you got Hotshot right here. Hotshot has more of an alert stance because he feels it and he can see sparks coming off the emerald. We go over into page 2. Hotshot thrusts, jumps Titan to get her all the way to the explosion. The explosion, boom, 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 boom. Everybody is thrown backwards from it. Then we come down to this panel where Hotshot is kind of like rim lighting, still heavily silhouetted. He's looking at his hands like, I feel funny. We got Remington or Titan looking up at him, and he starts, the smoke is swirling around him, energy swirling, and then he disappears. And we get this little crater or singed mark coming off of it where he used to be. People are standing around right there. We got some legs here, from the same people that were in that room. Then we come down to this panel, and it's Ironsmith, and she's got the question mark, and she's like, where'd Hotshot? So immediately we are thrusting you into the action right off the gate.
Literally 2 pages in. We already got the inciting incident is here on page 2. Literally, Hotshot has disappeared. Where is he?
Right. So we go to page 3 because we want to educate y'all a little bit, give y'all an inside look of like how we work as creators and things like that. So this panel is really cool because it's what's called a page turn. And Danny set this up very nice in the script, and it was just on me to interpret which angle that Ironsmith needed to be to get you to turn your page. That's what a page turn is. It's supposed to subconsciously make you want to turn the page to find out what happens. And when Danny ends a script,
but there's many ways to do that though. And like in this process, like I wasn't even thinking about. I'm thinking about the question as a writer. As a writer, I'm thinking about I want a question to be asked. I want the reader to ask a question in their head. So the question is, where did Hotshot go? Right. But you as an artist are taking it to another level. Like her literally looking in the direction, like the energy leading in the direction to turn the page. It's a whole nother level that I'm not even thinking about. So I think that's dope, bro.
Awesome. Well, thank you. I appreciate it. Couldn't get there without the writing, because the writing helps set that up. So we get to this next page, and we're still keeping this energy and flow of this page going down that way. Hotshot's free falling in the sky. All right, limp body falling. We got him passing through clouds and stuff. And then one of the notes I have on here is that I need to look at Predators, so I'll be watching that today, because they have a really dope free fall scene in Predators. All right. Also saw Predator Badlands. It is a dope. Go see it.
Don't stop. I'm going to see it literally after this. I'm going to see it. So I'll just stop. I already got some spoilers already.
What time we need to get out of here?
No, take your time. I'm waiting for my wife to get home. So as soon as she gets here, we'll head out.
All right. So Hotshot's falling, free falling down. We got this kind of downward action going with Hotshot that leads you to this panel where his eyes open up. He's like, "Oh shoot, what's going on?" He's free falling. He's falling. He's like, "Oh snap." We get to the next page. He writes his body up. And then something I'm trying, and I'm not saying I made this up. I probably saw it somewhere. I'm calling these art panel balloons, where I want to help the action be animated to a level with the drawing. So Hotshot levels his body up, and then he begins this little diagonal balloon thing, and he starts flying. So it's like one movement from that to now he's in flight mode. He's back in control.
Yeah.
But before you can even really understand what's going on, these 2 fighter jets come out of nowhere. And Danny has designed them to where they have these holographic projectors that says, restricted airspace, land now. We hit them again with the balloon because I want to be able to capture that. Like, I want you to feel like like these planes have overswept him and are kind of containing him, which is why we have Hotshot a little bit smaller in here in the center. But we bring back another one of those art balloon boxes to get his face where he's like, "Are you serious?" And then we hit him again where he looks down because he sees in the peripheral this big purple dome. What could that be?
Why is that purple? Don't worry about why it's purple.
So just to play around with the panels, if you notice, we still have Hotshot looking in the direction of the corner for the page turn. Again, now it's hard to pull it off of every single page, but you should be trying to do it as much as you can. So we come to the next page. We got Hotshot dipping from behind the panel.
I like that, man.
Trying to give the idea to your head that he faked out the plans. So I will probably have a fight. Now that I think about it in this talking conversation, I'll probably have a plane here or whatnot. And so he goes to the clouds. And right here, here's my reference of Vegas from the sky. Ignore the plane because this is Hotshot still looking down, trying to figure out what this purple dome is. But while he's looking at that, the planes have crept up behind him. You're not just shaking some fighter jets, baby. They know what they're doing.
These professionals.
So, professionals. All right, and so I got Hotshot's flying hand out this way, his flying arm. So that then brings you back down to this panel to see his face. And with his angle tilted up this way, and his eyes line up with this. So he's got the shock face like, oh snap, they're about to shoot him. And then we focus on the guns, and they start to fire, again, giving you a page turn. Turn that page to see what happens to Hotshot. And we have this reveal of Hotshot blocking the bullets with his heat planes. Now this was, Danny originally had it on this page, and this is where artists and writers start working together, kind of edit each other's scenes. Because I felt it was a stronger page turn to have this gun going off and you not know what happened until you turn the page to see Hotshot deflecting. Now this is where Danny started raising the budget because now I got to look up drones, I got to look up fighter jets and get plenty of reference because now Hotshot's being surrounded by the jets and drones, and then he dips down below them to try to avoid them. And in this panel, we have a rocket that's been fired from the ground, and we come back up to Hotshot, who is surrounded by drones, and he's powering up his fist right here to get ready to deliver a blow. So there's going to be energy coming off that. And again, what is that doing? That's getting you to turn the page. We have the drones in panel 1, and then those drones explode in panel 2. Explosion is like starting, and then it's like a boom, 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 full thing. But don't forget about the missile, buddy, because Danny J. Quick wrote the missile going through the fire.
The heat-seeking missile. Of course it's going to hit the Hotshot. It's a heat-seeking missile.
All right, and so we added in this panel with the focus on the missile again, but there are cracks in it and light will become. Because that missile went through a big explosion, so I imagine it damaged the kind of the frame of the missile. Hotshot again. Oh, go ahead, Dan. I'm sorry, I didn't cut you off. I thought you said I didn't cut you off.
No. I was saying I like it. I just like it.
So we see Hotshot's face again, then we get a little bit of his hand kind of like blocking his face, and we'll have some energy coming off that way to continue that thing going, and he's like, oh snap. Explosion super close, and it's the impact of the explosion that rockets Hotshot back again for another page turn. And now we are in, I don't know where we're at, but I think we are in the Vegas Vigilante City. As we see Aceblade.
We are in Vegas City right now. From the ground view, though. Now, the explosion that we just saw, we see it from the ground.
We got that explosion. We see him with his swords out, and he's banging with somebody. And this is one of my favorite panels, is this talking panel. And normally in comic books, when they do this kind of word balloon, it means you're talking to somebody or talking or something like that. But I thought it'd be cool that if this art balloon was Lady Luck's lips, and we focused in on that, and it's like she's talking through his earpiece. We got him surrounded by robots that he's fighting, but he also is looking up because he noticed, because Lady Luck is saying something's incoming. It's a person falling through the sky. And then we pull out, which I can make this edit right now.
Hey.
We pull out Aceblade Shuriken in his hand. He's like, time to try out the new tech. And so he sends it flying.
The perspectives, bro, just off the top, bro. That's a professional. I can tell you've been teaching too. Like the way you're talking through it while you're drawing, I can tell you've been teaching, bro. It's all in there, bro.
Bro, it's been a full year of teaching. I've been teaching since this summer. I have taught all grade levels, from kindergarten to middle school to junior high to high school to
Mm-hmm. Hey, I can tell, bro. It's showing.
All right, so we're on page 9 now. And so we got Hotshot's back flip, like his back, he's winded, he's falling down, there's his legs. And then we show the shuriken start to go, and then it claps onto his back. And what you can't really tell is that, like, I'm going to have it like, these like nanotech legs and arms come around to wrap around Hotshot's back. And then Hotshot, then it develops into a parachute for Hotshot to catch him. But he's woken up by the fact that he got caught in the parachute.
Hotshot don't need no parachute.
He don't, but he did because he was knocked out.
He did, but Aceblade didn't know that also. He just saw him falling. Hey, let's help this dude out.
He does what a hero does.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
And so we got this falling down action of the parachute bringing you down into this panel, which is locked on right to Aceblade in the center. What you want to do when you're drawing the comic, you want to try to control the reader's eye line as much as possible to go where you want them to go, to highlight the words that Danny is writing on the script. So we have Aceblade here, and he's looking up, boom, boom, boom. He's surrounded by robots. Then we have a nice little panel of our villain who's leading the robots, monologuing. And then we go back to quick Aceblade.
Yep. You said right, either way.
Still surrounded. Now he's focused on the fight. And in the same panel, we see Fire Blast come through and scorch the robots. Now, I love to do stuff like this, and I am in no way, shape, or form the originator of this, but I love doing stuff like this because it shows the passage of time within the action of a comic book, and I absolutely got it from where I am.
I want to point out something too, Mike. This villain right here that you're seeing, this is going to be the first time Troper is in an Aceblade comic too. So this is going to be the first appearance of Troper.
Okay.
And his whole, so just a little backstory. This is a character who I literally made to do all the comic book tropes. Like his name is the Troper. He was a state trooper who had brain damage and became a villain. That's his whole backstory. He was a state trooper. He got in this big accident, fell into a vat of liquid, got brain damage, and became a villain. That's his whole backstory.
I love it.
But every situation that you see him in is kind of a trope, right? And this right here is a comic book trope. Like the villain is the hero is surrounded, and then something happens that saves him. You know, that's one comic book trope. Something happens that was unexpected to save. This is like a plot armor type situation. So Hotshot literally falling from the heavens to save Aceblade in this moment from being surrounded by robots is the first appearance of the Troper. So I think that's pretty cool.
That's awesome. Did not put that together. I think that is so that's great. So we got comic book things, comic book tropes, and elements happening on the same page. That's really great. And and something like this panel here, I'm only going to need to draw this panel once and make the edits to Aceblade's head when he looks up, and then Aceblade looking regular. So it will probably be this panel that I draw the first time, and then make the edits as I need them, and bring it to fire and go toasty on the. So then we don't, and I still kind of have the flame going in that direction to make you want to turn the page. And we get a different camera angle where here are the buildings, and in this alleyway, something shoots out and slams into another building, like sound effect. Then we see as he falls down that it is Troper, and in the next panel, Hotshot lands where Trooper used to be, and we see like the ash in the body, the robot body. And Aceblade is now talking to Hotshot. We have another panel of them talking.
I hate monologues.
Yeah. So I love how Danny solved this. Because Aceblade asked, like, well, how did you know who the bad guy was? And Hotshot says, I hate when people are monologuer is genuinely going to be your villain, and you were surrounded, so he knew who to take out. And that was like a quick, fast way to like solve it, to put it out there. Like, well, how did he know who to attack? All right, and so again, this is another page just of Hotshot and Danny J. Cook talking. Danny J. Cook. And I love doing conversation panels and trying to have a variety of sizes, different camera angles, such as like, so this is a mid shot, but like even with this mid shot, look at this direction. It's at an angle, the elbows pointing over this way, the hands pointing over this way. We got the face of Aceblade here, and we're gonna move that down here to this panel because I want you to go in this direction. This is gonna be an up close, kind of like profile shot, kind of like a 3/4 view from the back of the head. And then this is our other character talking over here.
This is 12, right? This is page 12?
11.
This is 11, okay.
And then we have the characters run off. And so my own personal edit, because I know Danny is going to say something about this, my edit, Danny Cooper, is that this needs to be moved this way. So it gives you more of a reason to turn because it's too heavy right here. So it needs to just be flipped, which is an easy fix over here.
I like it.
So now we are on to a new scene, establishing panel of the Scout.
The Scabbard, yeah.
So Danny and I talked about this. Again, another thing that I picked up from Ryan, Corey, and wow, I'm forgetting the writer's name. Jesus Christ, Kirkman.
Robert Kirkman.
What they do in Invincible, which is one of my favorite comics of all time, is when they have areas that you go to over and over again, they have just drawn one really cool image of it, and that is the image they use every time as your establishing panel to say we're going back to that spot. So this is kind of an honor. So I get to design the outside building of the Scarab for Aceblade, so we can have that shot there. But we show that this is the building that we're in right now, and we go inside and we see Aceblade and Hotshot walking in. Aceblade is introducing, like, hey, this is Hotshot. He's an interdimensional stray. Hotshot, and I love, like, a lot of times you see a lot of headshots in comic books, but you don't see their hands. Because a lot of times people talk with their hands, so I like to make sure I always kind of throw that in, like how I'm doing right now with my damn hand all over. And so Danny also wrote this thing in where we have kind of a gag, but also kind of like some Easter egg here about Lady Luck and Aceblade's relationship. And as I was reading,
before that, there's another Easter egg on this page. I don't know if we want to tell him the script, but he asks him. He says, "My name is." This is 13 or is this 12? This is 13.
This is 12.
This is 12. Okay, it's on the next page now. Never mind. All right, you got it.
Well, I wanted to figure out, like, all right, well, how can I showcase? Because Hotshot is picking up vibes that there's some romantic feelings here or potential. So, like, how can we showcase that without adding any dialogue? And this is like an issue that I faced with one of my writers in Heroes International 2, and we never solved it, so we took it out and went in a different direction. So I'm glad that I was able to add this piece in. And it was so Lady Luck starts off by scanning Hotshot for his interdimensional frequency. But what I added here was another art balloon before she does that, which will be the same position of her head here in the profile, but close up, and you see her eyes look off panel in a smile. Think about it. Then Hotshot is kind of like frustrated because it's like, not this again, because Hotshot has been trapped in another dimension before.
It is a thing that happens.
It is something that happens. So we got them talking. Hotshot's first like, oh, not this again. And then Aceblade takes off his mask, introduces himself. Hotshot takes off his, and I had to hit him. With the Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Had to.
Carl Weathers. Is it?
Say again.
Four names. Yeah, the other actor.
Oh, I can't think of it right now. Dang.
Carl.
Carl something. Carl Weathers.
Carl Weathers. All right.
There it is. Yeah.
Hey, if it's not that, I'm sorry. I am synonymous with getting names messed up in Hollywood.
I think that's right. I think it's Carl Weathers.
And so it's supposed to be a shot of them shaking hands, but I wanted to be able to show their faces smiling at each other while shaking their hands. So I ripped that right from Predators. Then we got some basic headshots of them talking to each other, and then Lady Luck leads them into another room. Now,
all right, this is where the Easter egg is, and this is something that'll be reflected in the second half. There's a Mike Watson. There's a Mike Watson in this universe that's well known, and part of the dialogue is he says, I'm Mike Watson," and then Aceblade says, "Oh, like the artist?" And he says the artist, and he's like, "Huh?" It's like, "Oh, never mind." So there's an Easter egg in there too, a little breakage of the fourth wall. So yeah,
you gotta love it. You gotta love it. All right, so now we have Aceblade and Hotshot have been walking behind Lady Luck as she gets to her computer monitor and chair. Aceblade and Hotshot are here. So this is Aceblade, and so I did the same thing with him, where he has a panel where he's thinking Hotshot's not looking, but he's looking down at Lady Luck and smiling. Then we flip the camera to hands, type on the keyboard, which are Lady Luck. I love drawing hands. I know a lot of artists hate drawing hands, but I love drawing them. Every time I can showcase hands, I will. And she's talking all the jazz and everything she needs to talk. And then we do this panel here, where we go back up. It's kind of like the same panel as it was before, but I've changed the action of some of the body colors here, where Hotshot is now signaling to Aceblade, like, "Hey, you heard that? That's what's up." And Aceblade's like, no. So we go over to the next page. We got a nice little bird's eye view of the monitor here with a bunch of stuff on here. There's Lady Luck, Aceblade, and Hotshot. But then all of a sudden, we switch the camera angle and the alarm's gone off. This is kind of a side shot at an angle. Then we see Aceblade go over here to this computer. He's checking it out. Lady Luck and Hotshot are back there. And we got some stuff in the foreground, kind of make that panel interesting. We switch the view here. And as you can see, this is from behind Aceblade's head. There's his shoulders. And then we got the monitor. Kind of box that in.
Mm-hmm.
You see this little hit. This will be Hotshot's head, and he's coming up. And we see Blackjack. So part of the other thing of my job is to limit how many panels we have. Although I kind of crazy with this book. But kind of like putting that information in there so you can see it. I've got to draw a piece of Hotshot coming in for this panel to happen, where Hotshot's like, "Oh, that's the thing right there." And we have Blackjack, who is holding our freaking emerald.
And back to that. Don't forget, that's what this is about. So we established the characters, we got the setting, we introduced our heroes, but let's get back to what the story is about. Mike's got to get this emerald.
Absolutely. And we got Mike pointing off screen again. His face is looking off screen. And that again is telling you, turn that page. Now this page is very, very fun, which is a joke that is, I love how Danny wrote this because it's in this one and then you pay it off in the next part as well. But Hotshot's running into action, and then Aceblade being a ninja with mad agility, I have him jumping through the panel. And those are fun little things to kind of like give nods to the character's abilities or what. And then Aceblade's putting his swords in his scarabs, and Hotshot's putting on his mask. And they're talking about Lady Luck. And in this conversation, Hotshot's like, "No, what's up? You guys kind of have that vibe going." And as he puts on the mask or his bike helmet, he says, "It's ... Hotshot standing there." And this was an add-on that I made because I'm greedy. I turned this into a double-face spread, but I thought it would be more impactful if it starts with his helmet on and says, "It's," and then we get this double-face spread. Complicated.
Bro, I love it, bro. I love a good double page spread, but seeing Hotshot and Ace Blade ride out together, and then also it being complicated, it's him literally escaping escaping the conversation by saying, "Hey, it's complicated. I don't even want to talk about it. Let's get out of here. I would rather go fight villains than talk about any tension between me and Lady Luck for sure."
Awesome. And then when there's panels like this where I kind of like I'm feeling really good about it, I'll kind of give signals to like this would be a good place for some special effects text with the vroom, the motorcycle popping the wheelie, Hotshot in full superhero pose. They're taking off, and all this is leading to say turn the page. All right. So we got Lumberjacks, which I was happy that Lumberjacks is in this.
Got to. If I'm doing a crossover between universes, hey, I gotta find a way to get Lumberjacks in here. I gotta find a way to get as many characters in here as I can. Lumberjacks is in here. We got Troper's first appearance. We got Trespass in here. We got Blackjack. Hey, we gotta make it happen.
Absolutely. All right, so we got Lumberjacks with his axe resting on his shoulder.
That's gonna be dope. That's gonna be a dope panel right there.
All I want is Trespass. The rest of y'all get out of here. So I just really want to focus on just like how massively big Lumberjacks is, and his axe is huge, and he's trying to get his people a way out. And I want to also establish this is a completely new scene. Then we got Blackjack, Trespass, and who's the third villain we got in this?
I think it's Roulette.
Oh yeah, Roulette, yeah. So we got Roulette, Trespass, and Blackjack ready to ante up on them, and they're standing in the super, ready to fight pose. And I bring down another art balloon panel on Trespass's face where he basically says "F you."
Mm-hmm.
And then in the next page, Lumberjack says, "All right, bring it." So they charge at each other, but I'm gonna have a small panel here with Blackjack kind of like starting to fade in the shadow, and we're gonna make some smoke whiffles and some sparks here to signify something's about to happen. What's that going on right there between them? And then Blackjack instantly teleports in front of Trespass, pulls out the emerald in her hand, and blasts Lumberjacks off panel. He goes, so we've got this happening here, right? Even this angle, we got Lumberjacks to bring you this way, and then we got Trespass to bring you back this way. We got Blackjack popping in the middle, but the hand and the blast of the emerald brings you over to this panel. Lumberjack's body flailing backwards from the impact brings you down to this panel. And then Lumberjack's body goes soaring over a newly arrived Ace Blade and Hotshot on the scene off the panel.
I have to tell Morgan Iverson, okay? Morgan, I know you're going to be watching this. This part was Lumberjacks getting knocked out of the screen was not in the script, okay? This was an artistic decision by Michael Watson to have Lumberjacks get knocked out of the way like this and kicked over like a sack of potatoes. But I did tell him that I liked it a lot and that we should keep it.
Morgan, it gets paid off though. It gets paid off later. All right, so the next panel we have Ace Blade and Hotshot. Ace Blade is breaking down all the villains, their weakness and stuff, and so they can get to work. And Ace Blade gets to work, immediately pulling out his blades and slashing across Trespass's body, chest, and stomach. Hotshot takes off into the air and hits Roulette with heat, starts burning up her area. Ace Blade then looks at Hotshot and yells, "Switch!" And if you've seen, because I'm going to reference this scene, if you see Peacemaker, I think.
Oh, yeah.
When Flag puts his knee in Peacemaker's face, is what Ace Blade does right here,
bro,
to Roulette to put her down quickly. And so again, we got the elements. Ace Blade's face is looking this way into the third panel, and the action brings you back down here to this panel after you get the knee. Hotshot swings across Trespass's face, hits him with a good one, and then Blackjack pops back up, emerald in her hand. And Hotshot's fighting in the background in that panel. But this panel, we see Ace Blade put his swords up. So this is something different.
This is
something different.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead.
This is like I love working with artists because I shouldn't even say this, but this is something that AI couldn't do. Okay, this right here, taking a moment in the script. I literally just said that there's a moment in a dialogue where Hotshot says, "You're taking it easy on Blackjack," but Mike being having the experience and storytelling that he said we need a way to show, not just say it, not just say it, but not just to say that he's taking it easy on Blackjack, but show that he's taking it easy on Blackjack. So the viciousness that he just unleashed upon Roulette, who is by all intents and purposes the same, they're both young women, they both are villains, they have a lot in common, they're both bad guys. The intensity that he just hit Roulette with that knee, and now we see Aceblade putting his swords away to go after Blackjack, who is the main target. She is probably the most dangerous out of all these villains.
Right.
But there's something between Aceblade and Blackjack that's been brewing. So he takes it a little easy on him. So now we see it's a little different with her. Something's different.
Right. So we have a few, cool little action scenes with some martial arts going on between them. Then in this panel, Roulette knocks Aceblade back because she hits him with an uppercut with the emerald in his hand. And now Hotshot and Aceblade are back to back. And Hotshot's like, you're taking it a little easy on Blackjack, huh? And Aceblade wipes his chin and says, shut up, Hot Pocket. So
has he been called Hot Pocket in the Freestyle universe yet?
He is not, and that is nice. All right, so we got we focus in on Blackjack holding the emerald in her hand, and I wanted to draw attention to that. I want you to know that, like, this is the MacGuffin. This is what we keep coming back to. Mm-hmm. This is the key element of the story. And as we focus on that hand, we have Roulette's. I'm gonna have like a motion of her like pulling back her hand, like, this is mine, and y'all ain't taking nothing. But then she is in front of a hole in a building, and we see some eyes with some energy coming off, and a glint shimmer of something else in the shadows. As she starts to cackle, we zoom in on her face, and she cackles, throwing her head back to also help us reveal that the shadowy figure's coming up behind her. And we get in there, and we flip the camera. Hotshot and Aceblade are smiling as they look. She looks, she's like, what are you guys looking at? And we start to get her effect of her disappearance when she disappears starts to happen as she realizes, oh shit, I'm in trouble. Full page split of fucking lumberjacks bringing the axe down right where she was, and like the smoke gets separated by the axe.
It was about no more Blackjack at all, bro. It was about to be over for her.
My man was pissed. She said so then, Morgan, we paid it back to you. He was coming for blood. He was coming for blood.
It was about to be absolutely the last appearance of Blackjack in that moment for sure.
All right, and so we get to the next page and we focus on like a really kind of scrunched in pose where Blackjack has got her there. And she's got the emerald, and she's almost like showcasing it to our audience, like, you'll never catch me, it's mine. And Aceblade and Hotshot both say too slow to a degree as they come through the smoke, because when she teleports, it's like a puff of smoke and stuff. They come through with their hands out. Hotshot's power is activated. Aceblade is reaching for it. Her hand is still there. Like, her hand's there, like, you're Blackjack in the scene. You, the reader, is Blackjack in the scene. You're seeing these two hands come. Then all the hands latch on to that emerald, and then the emerald explodes again in the same type of teleportation energy that was at the beginning of this issue. And we see the bodies, and we hit the next panel, and everybody else who's left there. This is Lumberjacks with his axe. We got Roulette and Trespass still there, and we got the same smoky cinders on the ground with smoke coming up. Trespass gets up. I want you to remember this. Trespass gets up, kind of claps off his hands like they ran because they was out. And then out of nowhere, Lumberjacks cold cocks that boy off the street. You're not gonna call him up with a count. All right. Cold cocks him, knocks him out, sends him flying, and then we get one panel where he says, "Get back safe."
Hey, there we go.
All
There
right.
we go. I like it.
So Morgan, I hope we made that up for you, baby. I hope we made it up.
Hey, I think he's gonna be very pleased. Very pleased.
And still then, as much as we can, we keep that theme going. We keep that theme going. We want you to turn that page. We want everything to lead you down, through, and out, controlling the eye. So we go to another established shot. We're somewhere else, and we got the profile of the buildings. We can see part of the alleyway, but energy and light are coming from there. So we'll have people walking on the street, or they're looking like, ooh, this is good. Then we go inside the alley, and we see it's Hotshot and Aceblade crouched down. They've just been transported somewhere. You see the same cinder ash on the smoky ground. They are looking for Blackjack. She's gone. Hotshot says, "Hey, my communications are working again." And then Hotshot looks up and he says, as they get up, Aceblade's pulling off his mask. Hotshot's like, "Hey, bro, ain't this you?" And then Aceblade is looking, kind of shocked with his mask off. And we see it's a poster of his alternate self in this universe about to get into a fight. And we got their heads here looking at the poster. And it is to be continued into the next chapter.
And I was honestly worried about this part because if this a lot of times as a writer, I want if this is somebody's first comic book, say this is somebody's first experience with Aceblade and Hotshot, leaving on this cliffhanger, like the what he says there is that this is the day that I die, right?
Yeah.
So it's a reference to the first issue of Aceblade where Aceblade literally gets assassinated after his big fight. But the reader doesn't know that, if they never read Aceblade before, they don't know that, this is the day that he got assassinated. But having that text there, having that speech bubble there, if this is me, this is the day that I die, hopefully is a strong enough cliffhanger for them to be like, oh, I wonder what happens. I want to leave that question in your head. Oh, is he gonna die? Like he's gonna see. We've seen all the time travel movies. Marty McFly, like going back, seeing different versions of yourself. Is he gonna see himself? What's gonna happen with that? Hopefully, is a strong enough cliffhanger to get them to not only flip the page but go to the next issue, right? So now we got the whole mystery of they're back. They're in another universe? Maybe Hotshot said his communications are working, so they can assume they're back in Hotshot's universe, and they still don't have the emerald. Where's Blackjack? And is Aceblade gonna die? Like, is his ultimate version gonna die? So then we set up to the next issue, and I have not seen any of this stuff that we're about to see now. I saw all of this before. This whole layout I saw before, but this new issue I have not seen yet. So I'm gonna be watching it the first time with y'all.
So what I'm gonna do, because I want to keep the episodes short, so we're gonna end this one right now for this one.
Okay.
So post this as its own thing, and then we're gonna jump right into the next one. So by the time you guys see this, it's gonna be like we dropped another episode or whatnot.
Yeah.
So don't worry about the transition. But I hope you guys enjoyed this first look, this first behind the scene. Oh my God, Danny, quick! We're creating DVD features.
This is creator commentary right here. Y'all don't even. And that's one of my favorite things. Ever since we were with Short Fuse, this is something I always wanted to do, is creator commentary and stuff like this. So now this is dope. Part two coming
at y'all. Thanks again. Make sure you follow that QR code to get to the following page. Follow me on all of our social medias. We'll have all that stuff popping up once we edit it through or whatnot. I mean, I'm not changing anything here. We're gonna only add stuff on here so you can find us on social, so you can find the Kickstarter. This thing is not being edited at all as far as like us talking about it and discussing it. So
hey, it's here. You got it now. You know the story. So now you just gotta buy it and support it anyway.
Absolutely. So we'll catch you in the next one. All right, y'all. Later.